did it? What happened? It crashed. Oh, wrong one.
Is it much further?
We'll reach Sukdal. Making it up. They look pretty frightened.
Maybe they were just in awe of your beauty.
My, you've got a silver tongue, eh?
Not that I want to contradict, but I think there might...
Okay, why ain't it working?
Another reason. Sigismund is riding roughshod over the country, so the people are cautious. I can't blame them.
If it was only Sigismund. The devil is just as bad.
I thought we'd sorted all this out. He's no saint, not by any means. But he is an ally of the king. My friend.
Who is?
The dry devil.
Lord Hynek of Kronstadt, Burgrave of Znojmo Castle, a great warrior, and at this moment a guest of the Lord of Sukdal.
He's a drunkard, and a dangerous, violent man.
I'll watch him, don't you worry.
Why do they call him the Dry Devil, anyway?
You can ask him yourself when you see him.
I don't know why he's dry, but I know exactly why they call him devil.
Can you give it a rest? I don't need you insulting him before I get a word in.
Great. So I'm to keep my mouth shut, eh?
Say what you like, just don't go bugging the devil. At least for a while. That's all I'm asking.
What is this Sukdal place we're heading to?
The fortress of Lord Pisek, Mint Master to King Wenceslas himself.
My word! And will a man of his stature see us?
We'll find out soon enough.
Good to see ya.
But
He's
I
got an
hope
important
Dry
visit.
Devil vouches for us.
And what's your plan after that? We have to save Sir Hans.
Don't worry, we'll get to that, if it's not too late.
Hopefully it won't be. He's a noble, so they'll ransom him.
I don't know. His uncle has a reputation for being a pinch purse. You know him, Henry?
Yeah, but I don't know where you heard that from. He was always kind to me.
Oh, but that's all by the by anyway. I intend to wage war, not parley. And if I know Dry Devil, he's of the same mind.
Won't it be dangerous for Sir Hans?
It will, and for us too. But I'm sure Lord Capon is expecting that. He rode to Trotsky as a messenger to von Berghoff. I reckon he must have had some idea what might happen.
What's this? The gate's wide open.
watered, fed, saddled first thing. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Greetings. What's your business here?
The blessing of our Lord Jesus Christ, sir. I expect you're Peter Pisek. I am Jan Žižka of Trocnov. I have an important message for your guest, Hinek of Kunstadt. Actually, for you two.
A message for the Dry Devil.
Well now, Captain Žižka and young Henry.
Margrave Jobs.
Sir.
I'm afraid your friend Hinek is no longer here. But I'd love to know what brought you two together. But also, what the hell happened to you?
Well, sir,
Unfortunately, I'm otherwise occupied at the moment. Get some rest. You're clearly in dire need of it. We'll talk tomorrow. Sir Peter, please, take care of our guests.
Yes, sir.
Let's go!
He's all we needed.
You must be tired and hungry after your journey. Follow me.
You have a very fine fortress, my lord.
I'm glad you feel so.
You don't?
To be honest, I'd much prefer to go back to Kuttenberg. Life in a fortress isn't ideal for a man with my experience.
reckon you might be right.
That gets worrying. It's small every day, Lord Trotslav.
Hardly surprising if you're putting up the Margrave here.
No, that's more down to his Hungarian cousin, if you get my meaning.
Perfectly, my lord.
smell? Where's it coming from?
This guy's starving.
Are your pockets stuffed with wildflowers? Or how come you smell so nice?
You put perfume on?
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends.
Ah, the journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Sir Otto von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil, and I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely.
Actually, it was pretty much. We even took a castle.
Well, more like a small stronghold.
And we nearly got von Berghoff too.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous deed?
Actually, it's a little bit my fault.
What are you saying, boy?
Me and my lords were sent to negotiate an alliance with von Berghoff. But that snake was using us the whole time to do his dirty work. He pretended he was willing to cross over to the side of Wenceslas. But instead, he's...
And if that wasn't enough, von Orlitz...
But why would the Pragas send forces to Trusky?
Ah, but they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to visit von Berghoff because he was in a tight situation, and they took him along with them.
Here? To my fortress? Christ almighty.
Not just here, but everywhere.
And that's also one of the reasons why we're here. It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the rebellion while he still has time. So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard and drill the troops. But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. I'll have the best wine I have brought to you. Bring that red from Burgundy right away.
Burgundy.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure for this occasion.
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst, eh?
Well, that is, I wouldn't dream of disrespecting the Margrave. Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such. We merely know each other due to my original trade.
Yes, I've heard of you. They say you used to be, well...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here,
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, it's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Aye, we know each other well. We recently had talks together in Rattay.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other reason goes by the name of Hinek, the Dry Devil. Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while. At my invitation.
Was here? So he's gone?
Where did he go?
I couldn't say. He didn't part quite on the best of terms.
That's quite normal for him. Don't take it to heart, sir.
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst. When he met Hinek, he was somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed? Why?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of opinions, they agreed it would be best if they saw as little of each other as possible. I'm sure if you're interested in the details, the Margrave will explain it to you himself.
I'd be very surprised.
What was Dry Devil doing here, anyway?
Waging war, if you can call it that. He ambushed 3 of Sigismund's supply caravans and a troop of humans in these parts alone. It made me a little nervous. In the end, it was Jobst.
Why is Jobst taking such risks? He almost put himself in Sigismund's reach. What for?
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords, and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics. The majority, just between us, I'm not too pleased by...
What do you think about all of this, sir? Sigismund, Wenceslas, Jobst?
What kind of question is that?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that that is the way of the world. History, the blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. In my opinion, kingship is above all a guarantee.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad?
I'll put it this way. Nobody lives forever, lad.
Least of all bad kings.
So,
The Margrave will certainly want to talk to you. But I hope until then...
Just an offer. So you'd let us leave if we want.
Well, the Margrave did ask me to look after you until he returns.
Whose security?
Good question. Yours, I expect.
So be it.
thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Pisek.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the king's supporters, even if that does make it a bit crammed.
Sir, there's still one more thing we came for. And we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein.
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Burgau had come here until you told me.
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed...
I suppose I ought to get to bed. Where can I sleep, sir?
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. There's a garland above them. But first, eat your fill, all of you. And I told my servant Susanna to prepare baths for you.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir. What can I do for you?
Show me your wares.
What can you do? Maybe next time then, sir.
Lord Pisek said
Yes, sir.
I could get used to this.
If sir will allow, I'll help you undress. My master, eh, Doggy? What's that nice smell? Be it done unto me according to thy word. Amen. And the word is
Hail Mary, praise God, O Holy Mother of God. That
Oh,
we
it's you.
may make
Sorry.
good the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we to... Greetings.
How are you, dear good wife?
All the better for being greeted so respectfully. But I hope my husband didn't hear you. He's terribly jealous, and he could have you...
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hinnock of Kronstadt went, would you? He was a guest here.
I don't know, but I hope as far away as...
What?
A respectable woman doesn't talk about that kind of thing. But if it hadn't been for my husband, he'd have been...
I beg your pardon, milady, but could you... I'm asking because I've just arrived.
If it's mercenary work you're interested, you'll have to ask Els. God be with you.
So you got your revenge? Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next?
Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Berghoff.
And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't...
And what about Cat?
That's the good wife who arrived with you?
Ugh.
Before you go, have I been too bold?
No, definitely not. Thank you. Do you need anything else?
No, sir.
So, why are you standing here?
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
I'm not a nobleman. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
I do, since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir. May I leave?
Aye. That is... yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
What am I?
God be with you.
Jesus Christ be praised. Breathing careful.
Yours. Hey, puppy.
Not bad.
Where are the royal captains when you need them? I wouldn't be surprised if it was the royal captains, settling scores with the local lords.
I'll sort you out nicely.
Dharma, we aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
Lo, the world. I'm just holding a discussion with Captain here about his desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as my grossfather said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison. What do you say,
I have to admit, the soldiers here...
I get the feeling you'd run.
Leave him be, meine Dame. Nobody with any sense would take...
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm, and let you have a go against one of ours. Pulcock, come here! The first to bleed loses. Watch and learn.
You're a dead man! You know that?
Excellent, Henry.
It was nothing.
Good, Gama. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword.
You should receive some...
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags and I...
Oh. What is it?
A hunting crossbow. I was meaning to sell it.
My word. I better go and find Zizka.
I saw Zizka next to the stable.
Do you want to come with us?
Not really. I have a feeling.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
Oh, excuse me.
What brings you here?
God be with you, my friend. And with you.
Oh, excuse me.
And this scar? It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord above! From the walls!
How are things?
What do you think? I've seen... Just wait until you've been through as much as I.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your
But enough chat. I see you...
That's why I'm here. I wanted to take Catherine along too.
She's doing the right thing, and you better...
Are you expecting...
I always expect trouble. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have
What about that dry devil?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but I'm not surprised. He might.
Should I really go and see your...
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met...
All right, but he sent for us both.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand.
All right then, I'll be going then.
I'm sorry.
Christ! Pardon me.
Henry! Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
I beg your pardon, Margrave, but I have the feeling you already know everything.
Really? I have the opposite feeling. These days I seem to be John of Liechtenstein. My my court spy. I suppose you could... But there's one thing you're right about. I heard you ended up in von Bergoff's dungeon. You didn't reveal...
Well, they asked questions, yes. But I was counting on that, and prepared myself for it.
How did you prepare yourself?
Well, I mainly told them things I was pretty sure von Bergov already knew. Like that Radzig is a supporter of Wenceslas, that you and I met in Rattay.
And was he satisfied with that?
Well, I don't think he expected anything more from a simple servant of Lord Capon.
That's true. I must say, Henry, you've pleasantly surprised me. You can keep a cool head as the world around you burns. You'll make it far. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
Sir, that's a generous offer, and I appreciate it. But it's not what I want.
If you wish to stay and help here, I'll be glad, of course. I need someone to escort my envoys, and you've proven yourself more than capable.
It's Lord Capon, Your Grace. I came to find out where he is, and rescue him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Bergoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Good boy.
Me?
Yeah, you're good boy.
Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information.
Come, give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Catherine, I've got a job for you. Go to Kutenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go!
Yes?
Stay close.